Okay, hi guys. I was recently asked to produce an animation of a glass that was self-filling. So in other words, there was no glass being poured, no water being poured into the glass, that it just magically filled from the bottom up with a nice sort of natural look to it. So this is what I finally worked out to make it come up, all nicely rendered thanks to cycles. So you can see I've got it, the colour slowly coming into the bottom and then rising up and then evening out at the top. Okay, so let's get into it in Blender. First, front view. So then I add a cylinder, like so. Hit the 5 key to go and get into the right view. Just S and then Z to on the Z axis to stretch it up, and then of course we want to chop the top off, so we hit the tab key to get into edit mode, click down here to get face select the top, X key, faces, select all, then we go up to our modifiers, and then we want to solidify to give the glass a wee bit of thickness, something like that. And then we've got to tab back into object mode to apply the modifier. And then if we go to front view again, 1 on the keypad, sorry, we need to go to 7, top view, hit the Z key, and we need to add another cylinder. Whoops, we need to, so Shift S, cursor to selected, and then Shift A, mesh cylinder. We need to make it just touch the outside because this is going to guide our fluid, and then we want to just S and Z to shrink it down a wee bit, and then put it down there. And then it's important that we have our 3D cursor down the bottom here, A to deselect, and then the A key, and we'll add a plane. Go to our modifiers, and we want to click on ocean. Hit the S key to scale it down, and then if we close that, go to add modifier and boolean, and we want to make the boolean the second cylinder that we created. And then if you hit the auto keyframing key here and then pull this up slightly, so we've got a keyframe there, and we'll say we'll go to 2 seconds based on 25 frames a second, and then pull it up till we just reach the top of that inner cylinder that it's boolean to. Okay, next what we need to do is go back to ocean. With your cursor over the time here, hit the I key, then we'll get to say 80, make it 5, and then the I key, and then because we're automatically keyframing it, it'll automatically add it. And then we want to go to 0, and in the scale here, if we make that 0, hit the I key, and then come up to 50, and then make it pretty wild. So we'll make it say around about 5, something like that. Okay, and then if I go up to 80, bring it back down again just so it settles down, and that's automatically keyframed. So then if you run it, what we've got is this fluid magically appearing, thrusting up, and then with with the movement, it'll level out afterwards. Then it's just a matter of going into cycles render and adding all your glass and everything else. I use the index of refraction. I use 1.07 for the glass itself. For the fluid, I used glass as well, and the index IOR index of refraction was 1.4, and I changed that color to an orangey color. So if we open the pre, and then it's important the inner cylinder that we go up to here to our outliner, and we click off view and we click off render as well, because we don't want to render it. The lamp I've got here, I've turned it into a sun, made it 1, and make sure it's obviously pointing at the glass. And then if I go up to rendered, you can see the effect that we're getting here. Go up to the world settings, and you want to set the background to a lighter color. Just got to play around with this. Add ambient occlusion. I usually pull this down to about halfway. Get rid of any fireflies, and you'll get a really nice result. So play with it and have fun.